Adam Azim, what kind of crazy man are you that I'm looking at who has been for a run in 30-degree heat? Why weren't you out at kind of 4 a.m. to get your run in when it was a bit cooler?
You know what Shane said to me, you got to sprint in the morning. So obviously we did it at the gym, which is even more hot. The environment's really hot. So the worst thing probably happened was I had my breakfast an hour ago. So I must have feel the stitch right now. So
how far do you run then? When you do, is it daily? Is it a few times a week? What is it?
Well, today I normally run on a Friday, Saturday, and Monday. But today, obviously, they changed it up and said I've got sprints today. So yeah, that sprint was a killer because the kilometers per hour on it was going like 22, 21 each sprint. Then he's telling me drop up to 25. But obviously, after the first couple of sets, I felt it straight away. So yeah, it's good because sometimes I love going through deep stuff like that.
So listen, I was there a couple of weeks ago when you got another victory. You looked spectacular. I love the way that you're now designing your gear, your kit, the walkouts. That's a very important part of the armory, the machinery of being a boxer, isn't it? Of using your platform.
Yeah, definitely. Like every part of a boxer has its own style, and you know, every person that want to come out, they want to look spectacular. So people be like, "Wow, he looks good," not just like, you know, normal shorts you're wearing and you're walking out. People are like, you're not entertained by watching it. Like my kit was entertaining. The way I walked out, you know, the fire, the smoke, it was more of like a wow factor when I'm walking out. So every time I'm walking out, everyone remembers my name.
Is that, for me, it looks a little bit Prince Nazim Hamid influenced.
Do you know, it is a bit of Prince Azim influence in there. It was got Armin Khan, how he walks out as well. Do you know, like proper angry, like you want to go in the ring and kill someone. That's how it is.
I've spoken to you about how you got into boxing before. I'd like to just go back to that for now, about how you're a very hyperactive kid. They didn't know what it was. So much energy, you know, and it's ADHD, and boxing has really helped you control that superpower, if you like. And that's really what led to you getting involved in boxing, even at a very young age.
Yeah, definitely. Like when I had really bad ADHD when I was young, I used that into boxing. You know, I got my aggression out. You know, where my happy place is, which is the gym. So obviously I used that ADHD to conquer it in boxing. So that's why, you know, when I say ADHD, people, they have something special in them because they can use anything, any special talent they have, they can use it in numerous sports, you know, like football, boxing, even outside some sports as well. Like you can use it to any individual subject that you're good at.
Do you have to take the medication for that as well, or not?
Do you know what? When I was young, then I think I had to, but at the moment, it's like I've calmed down like so much.
Because if you got your training, you just control your physicality.
Yeah, definitely. It's like you can take your anger out in a bag. Like if you're angry, you know, ADHD, it's more to do with anger. You know, like the anger emotion. So obviously you take that out in the bag where you can just, you know, hit the bag. You're like, yes, got my anger out now.
Have you been able to locate that in yourself, Adam, where it comes from?
Yeah, 100%. Like I used it. My dad made me use it in a good way. You know, ADHD, sometimes people use it in a bad way, but I know for a fact how that ADHD is. I know how to use it now. Like I know how to calm myself down, how to, you know, get along with the environment.
Is it just, not to labour the point in this though? Do you think it's as a result of anything? Was it hard to sit down in the classroom when you were little? Was it hard to, you know, are you affected by dyslexia, anything like that?
Joe, when I was a kid, I was a very intelligent kid in primary school, but the fact is, when I'm sitting next to a teacher, I end up slapping them or something or doing something wrong. So, but I used to I couldn't sit down. Like even when I'm at home, my dad goes, you got a rest day, relax. I'm just moving. I have that, the energy. Like I can go for days and days. And obviously, I love to go out and do a lot of movement actions.
It's funny, you know, because of that because of the learning system we have at schools, then you get labelled as a bad child, don't you? Like, you know, like a problem child. You know, I think many people have that. So it's great to talk about that. So look, you're 5-0, 4 knockouts. It was again a vicious victory against Anthony Lafay. When are you expecting to be out again?
Hopefully it should be September. I've got 2 more fights this year. Big fights, both of them. And yeah, hopefully it'll be maybe another first round spectacular knockout like that everyone expects me to do. You know, some people want me to go rounds, but the fact is that if you get your opponent out quicker, you know, you don't have to do more effort, do you?
Exactly. That's true. You're not paid for overtime in the sport.
That's it. Not paid for overtime.
When you have come into the sport, there's a lot of eyeballs on you. There's a lot of people saying this is the next star. You know, does that create a lot of pressure for you, or is that something that you can live with? Is it, you know, or are you at the stage where at the moment, you know, you're not being given that British champion or you know, a former world title holder? Is that going to come, and are you just enjoying this stage at the moment, or is there any pressure on you?
Do you know what a lot of people say? They think I get a lot of pressure. I use that to, you know, drive more. Like, you know, every day I'll kill myself in training just to get to the top. Like I want to work hard every single day. I want to put in the hours, you know, the hard work, the training, and hopefully keep getting better. And the fact is, it's just like I use that as a motivation. Like I use anyone talks about me, I just say that it means a lot, but I'm not there yet. You know what I mean?
But do you feel that, you know, you could have gone to the Olympics, but you turned pro early, you're still only 20. You know, the likes of Ricky Hatton, Joe Calzaghe, Nassim Hamed, Carl Froch didn't go to the Olympics. These guys didn't. Amir did, Anthony Joshua did, Joe Joyce did, Fraser Clark. There's a lot of people with their own style that didn't go to the Olympics. Was there a generation?
I never really had the eye on the Olympics. I always wanted to become really a young world champion. Like, you know, look at Devin Haney, Teofimo, Ryan Garcia, Javante. They all never went to Olympics. Actually, Teofimo did, but he lost in the first rounds in the Olympics. But the rest of the boxers, they come like in the world level now. And for me, like I know for a fact, you know, my amateur pedigree I had from schoolboy to the youth, and I know I've been in the like international scene, I've been to European scenes. I know how to, you know, adapt to any other fight. I can adapt to any fight. I can move forward, front foot, back foot. It's just like my IQ level for a 19-year-old is really, you know, quite good.
I want to look at the champions in your division. Josh Taylor, how do you rate him?
Yeah, he's an incredible fighter. He's very good. But I know for a fact, when my time is right, when later down my career, that would be a great fight to take. You know, obviously I'm still in the learning process. He's a good fighter, but I know for a fact, you know, down my career, we could cross paths. So
in maybe 2 years' time.
Yeah, 2-3 years' time. You know, I mean, we could you know, cross path one day. So.
Regis Prograis?
Yeah, Regis Prograis, great fighter. That's another fight, you know, down the line. You know, 2 years' time, hopefully I'll probably take one of those fights. Like I like, it'd be nice, you know, even like down my career, I want to take like, you know, someone like, you know, George Gambosis or something like that. You know, like a name, and develop into, you know, a better fighter.
Jack Catterall?
Yeah, good fighter. I think he's fighting at the rematch with Josh Taylor. That, you know, when the time's right, you know, all these fighters that you guys are mentioning, hopefully I will cross paths with them one day. So,
Teofimo Lopez?
Yeah, definitely. Everyone will probably want that fight.
O'Hara Davis?
He's a good fighter as well. As I hopefully, you know, all these lightweight division guys or super lightweight, you know, cross path with them in the future. Who never knows?
It's a great division with so many great fights ahead. I suppose it's just about being patient.
Yeah, it's the patient. We have to be patient. Take the right time. The right time, the right fights. You know what I mean?
Tell me what's the best advice that Shane gives you on all of this?
Like he goes, when you're in the journey, you want to enjoy it, because that's the main thing. Like you keep training hard, keep working hard, then throughout the journey, you'll enjoy it, get better. And he's always given me great advice. Like even like my training sessions, he always helps me improve. Like from my first fight to now, I'm improving so much. Like, a lot of people seeing it in the fights.
And is he like a taskmaster with you a lot of the time? Is he like a headmaster with you?
Yeah. Me and him really tight. Like he's a family to me as well. So all his family, they're part of my family as well. And I feel like when I go off training, one day I have off, kind of miss the gym. Like and then the next day I'm back on Monday. I'm like, yes, I'm back in the gym. Because the one thing about me, I hate taking days off. Like Eid was on Saturday last week, and then my dad goes, you take Saturday and Sunday off. I'm like, yeah, I'll take Saturday off because Eid's there. So I moved my Saturday off. I moved it to Sunday. So Sunday I did my session instead of Saturday.
So you mentioned Eid. I assume you don't drink and you don't smoke and you live the life. I mean, how did you come to be in the gym with Shane? How did that come about? One time I did like probably over 100 rounds with Luke Campbell for the Ryan Garcia fight. And then he acknowledged me from there. Like he thought I was like really older, like he thought I was 21, 22, but then I was 18 that time, didn't have my professional debut. And then, we when I looked around, that was my kind of environment I loved. Like, I think obviously the best thing of having is the experienced coach who's been in the game for ages, and he's made numerous world champions, like one of the best trainers in the country. So for me to just be in the stable as well, learning every single day and getting better, it just means a lot to me. Do you go in and do a bit of body sparring with the likes of Lawrence Okoli and Daniel Dubois or not?
Do you know what? It's funny enough, I do body sparring with Shane.
Do you?
Yeah, we do body sparring with each other, yeah.
You beat him up a little bit when you get that opportunity then?
I tell you what, Shane, he hits really hard. He's definitely got the Barry McGuigan power in him.
Yeah.
Like, he definitely hits really hard.
Well, it's good to know because I'll stay away because I think he's wanted to hit me before and I've made sure I stay far enough away from him that he can't hit me. On being Muslim and British, I've written and said a lot about Amir Khan, how he changed things for British Muslims. And in a way, Prince Nazim did, even though he was a Yemeni, yeah? And I don't know if you're of Pakistani origin.
Yeah. I'm a Pakistani origin, yeah.
Yeah, so Amir changed so much about how British Pakistani Muslims felt about themselves, I think, and about how people embraced that section of our society. Is that something that you feel strongly about, a generation on? I mean, that's 17 years ago when Amir was doing that. Do you feel strongly about that? Obviously, we've evolved more since then, but there's no Pakistani Muslims playing Premiership football, yeah? They're in rugby a little bit, they're in cricket, they're in boxing, but they're not in football. And maybe we need to evolve things a little bit more, and maybe you will be a part of that. Yeah,
definitely. That is what you just said there. I think that's very true. Because British Pakistanis and boxing, there's loads of people. They get better. There's a lot of names out there as well. British Pakistani. Amir Khan was the only British Pakistani that was in his generation. 17 years ago, he was gone, and he was blowing out everyone in the sport. And then he was a nationwide, big, massive name all around the world. So obviously, for him to open the doors for all the British Pakistanis, it just gives us confidence. We can do it. We can make it like he did it.
Well, there's definitely, like you and Hamza Shiraz, for example, are being talked about an awful lot. Hamza is very kind of popular and growing, and he's got his camp in America and he's more prominent. I think what you guys can do, I hope, is make another big wave where it pushes into football then, you know, and it pushes into other areas as well. It's in cricket, obviously it's in cricket. Did you ever play cricket?
Yeah, I definitely played.
You got a lot of friends there. You got a lot of friends there.
What, in here?
The gym, yeah.
Oh, that was just Robbie Davies.
Did you ever play cricket, by the way?
Yeah, I did definitely play cricket in my family, and a lot of people from Slough, they always play cricket. And I mean, they're known for cricket players in Slough. So, like, my uncle used to play for the county, and also my dad. My dad was actually a footballer when he was younger. So,
was he?
Yeah, he played for QPR Academy. So,
okay.
Yeah, so he played.
What's Dad's name? What's Dad's name, Adam?
His name's Azim, and then it's funny enough because his second name's Dad. Name's Dad.
So he might have gone into football, yeah?
Yeah, he used to play when he was, I think he went to the academy when he was like 11 and played till like 16, 17.
So, tell me the route forward now then, finally. Are you going to be on the undercard of one of the big women's fights? No, because it's all women's card. Would you like to have been on that card with Savannah Marshall and Cressida Shields?
Yeah, it'd be nice, but I think all the women's are going to be on it. So I think I'll be on another card, which is also a big fight coming up soon. So
you think early September we'll see you next? Yeah,
early September. Then the next one will be August, and then we'll see if I've got another one at the end of the year. But I'm pretty sure I've got 2 more fights in. Get these 2 more knockouts. I want to get all my fights that I had this year knockout streak. So that's my plan.
Brilliant. Great to see you. Thank you so much for your time. Look forward to seeing you soon and being at your next fight with you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Cheers, Adam. Thanks for taking the time. Give my regards to Shane. He'll probably snarl.